Tiny is no longer a fad. The kitchen for me was extremely important because I felt it's the heart of the house. I feel a little bit more secure that I can take my house with me. It is the smallest room in my house, but it packs a mighty punch. This actually is the second builder. If you're seeing those red flags, you need to go. So what I did was, hi, I'm Stacy, and come with me and take a tour of the Tiny Vixen. When you come into my living room, you'll notice the first thing is all of the art. I wanted to bring it to life within the living room. And so when you walk in, I really wanted you to have vibrancy, and I really want you to smile. I really want you to see all of the colors. The living room is all about connection and community and being with people. One of the main reasons you don't see a TV. I want to be focusing on the people that are visiting me, and I want to be able to have a quiet space. So you'll see a little bit later on in this tour where I actually put my TV. I wanted this to be a TV-free zone. I created this little seat area here just to kind of anchor it. And so when you're coming in, you have a place to sit down, put your shoes that are there, and it's not in the middle of everything that you're doing. And then of course you can also lean on this credenza. And just like I did with my kitchen, I used some cabinet handles in a very different way. It's really about creating and using my home as a 3D vision board to manifest love, health, and wealth. And so having an area with my living room for connection and community really feeds into my heart and really feeds into my health. Welcome to my kitchen. The kitchen for me was extremely important because I felt it's the heart of the house. And one of the things I wanted to do is I just really wanted to create connection and community. And so this is why I opened it up. When I worked with the builder, they originally had a refrigerator over here, and then they had this bump out over here. I had them move the refrigerator because, as you know, counter space. You can't have enough counter space. Oh my goodness. As well as storage. So because I moved the refrigerator, I actually gained all of this storage over here. And the other thing I did is to help with the flow of the energy in my kitchen, I literally put up all of the floating shelves. It came without any of the floating shelves. With my design, my builder, it came without any of the hardware. So what happens is I got all my hardware from Wayfair. And I also did a little bit of a design trick that was here. Because I have a tuxedo kitchen, the handles that you can see at the bottom were gold, but then I got the same style handles, but at the top cabinets, I got them in black. Now, what I did here is I went ahead and I opened up and I got rid of the cabinets so I can have the open shelving on both sides. And on here is where I have like a lot of my snacks, my craisins, raisins, things of that nature, and my herbs, because I really do like to cook. So it's given me way more counter space by taking it off of the counter and actually putting it in the cabinet or putting it behind the stove. Another great find off of Etsy. This actually came from Ghana, came from Africa. So really loved it, tied everything together. Also on Etsy, I got those cabinet handles that are up there, but as you can see, they're not on any cabinets. I like to use certain items in a different way. The kitchen is the heart of the house. It also is where your health as well as your wealth is tied into. So those of you that are familiar with Feng Shui, you'll know exactly why I have a mirror behind the stove, is because the stove represents wealth. I went with a gas cooktop, and instead of having an oven or anything traditional like that, I did a lot of research and I got a Panasonic 4-in-1, and it is amazing. Now, one of the things that I also really love about my kitchen is my sink. I've always had like a double sink wherever I've lived, and when I was on my nomad journey, I actually stayed in a couple of places that had this deep sink, and when I knew it was available from the builder, I jumped at it. And it's right next to my tea and coffee station. So I wanted to make sure I had an area for my coffee and tea every single morning. This is like one of the first places I go. And here's another tip. Before you buy appliances, make sure you get into the house first, right? To make sure it's the right size. This actually is the second builder that I chose. I had originally had a different builder, but they totally ignored my budget. And so don't ever feel that you're stuck with a builder, depending on how long you've gone. If you're seeing those red flags, you need to go. So what I did was I fired them. Went with a different builder, which was my second choice. And because of this, I did a hybrid approach. The builder base price was $76,000. I did several upgrades, builder upgrades, which brought it to $130,000. And then I finished with the DIY portion about additional $45,000. So all in all, it was $175,000 is what I paid for my tiny mansion. I do pay to rent my space, and my rent here is $1,075 is to rent the space. Now I pay my own electricity as well as water, but they provide all of the hookups and it comes in one monthly bill. Now I want to welcome you to my bathroom. It is the smallest room in my house, but it packs a mighty punch. This is also my first foray into wallpaper. And what I wanted to do with my design is at least have a pop of color in every single one of the rooms. So here was my green. It's really, to me, in terms of the energies around the bathroom, around your self-confidence, your self-worth. And so it should look nice when you're in the bathroom because it's also a place where you're intimate. And this is why here I wanted to feel like a queen in my own bathroom. So I have the gold, and this mirror was in my boutique that I used to have, and I've been carrying this thing around since 2009. And then I love where they continued with the quartz here in the bathroom. For those of you that do Feng Shui, one of the things they say is you don't want to have the toilet as you're opening the door. Well, in Tiny, there's only but so many places you can have your toilet. So one of the things that I did is, this is why I have crystal over in the window area, some plants and fragrance, so that energetically, when I open the door, I smile. In my shower, I did want to splurge a little bit, and I went ahead and upgraded with the tile that is here. Now, when I was on my nomad journey, I was in a lot of showers that were 36, inches, the 3-foot ones. But here I said, well, you know what? I'm just going to expand that a little bit more. So I went for a 42 that can comfortably fit 2 people. So I went ahead and did the rainfall shower. I experienced that actually at the hostel that I stayed at in my digital nomad experience. And so I had the opportunity to put it here in my own house, and I'm just loving it. In the hallway area, what I decided to do was, instead of having a door here, which is on the original design with the builder, it was important for me to have a washer and dryer. Now, this is also because I am in a tiny community and it's 50 amps. I did have to get a unit where it was a gas dryer. Now, with having my washer and dryer here and then my refrigerator, it created a big gap that I had between the 2 units. And so what I decided to do was to create a broom closet. Originally, they had this as a linen closet. Even if I were in a standard house, I don't think I had this many linens in my own house. So what I decided to do is make it much more valuable and turn it into a pantry. And this up area over here is a lot of my bathroom items that I have. And so this is how I just changed the usage of this space to be more valuable, especially when you're in a tiny. I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York. New York City. And then most recently I was in Orlando, Florida, and I was there for like over 25 years or so. And I was a corporate person, did corporate marketing, but while I was in Florida, I really found my calling being a relationship and life design coach. And I've been doing it full time now since 2014. 2020 came around with the pandemic. That is when I was like, I need to reboot my life. That's when I went on my journey and got into the tiny lifestyle, actually through my daughter. In 22, I became an unintentional digital nomad. I also heard about this community in Facebook, in a Facebook group for Tiny in San Diego. And so when I was a nomad, before I even landed on California, I went back to Florida, I went to New York, I was in Colorado, and at the end of the day, California won out. Well, welcome to my meditation room. I had designed this to really still incorporate the colors, but softer. And what I did is this loft is actually one massive big room. And I wanted to create two separate spaces for it. So in order to do that, I got this bookshelf, and I incorporated plants just to bring more of the earth that's in here, more of that Zen feeling that's going on. And so I really enjoy the space every single morning, and it really gives me some great ideas that I incorporate within my teaching and my coaching and my business. When I'm done with meditation, whatever inspiration I get, I literally come on this side and I start writing it down. I start doing a couple of different things. And as you can see, this is where I actually chose to put my TV. The pop of color in here is actually the blue. I ordered it from Wayfair, got a standard love seat. The only thing I didn't do is I didn't put the legs on it. And I actually repurposed the legs and used it on my altar that's over in my meditation area. Just like I do with a lot of my design, just using things in different ways. So in order to put like its own little stand, this is actually a planter stand. What I love about this is I have different areas, and this is some more of the butcher block. And I just got the legs from Amazon. I have another little stool. These are actually rolling footstools is what they're called. And just like the ottoman, it has storage underneath. So this is my little design center. So it has my Zen, and it has my office, you know, and it just really works really well to kind of bring it all together and to be surrounded by what I love. Tiny is no longer a fad. Because of the housing crisis and housing unaffordability, the tiny space is actually going to probably be entry level for housing for a lot of people. Zoning and government really needs to see from you that this type of housing is needed. And so we also want to show that you can go tiny and live big. I feel a little bit more secure that I can take my house with me. So these are all the various reasons as to why I love going tiny, why I live it, and now why I'm an advocate for it, because I see how it's changed so many people's lives, including my own. I did a Mystic Design bedroom empowerment that's near and dear to my heart. As you can see, artwork has followed me here in my boudoir, as I call it. I really, like I said before, in my living room, want to bring the artwork to life within my bedroom. So I pulled in colors from the painting actually in my bedroom. And this is a dresser bay, which actually is an upgrade that I did with the builder. And the reason why I wanted to do the dresser bay is it makes the bedroom feel bigger. So everything came all white. And so here's the pop of color that I did here in the bedroom with the pink. There are actually 3 different colors of pink, and bringing in the gold as well. And here was an unexpected blessing. When I'm laying in bed and I'm looking out, it literally looks like the nature is in a picture frame. And what's really cool about how all this is about 5 months after I completed my love altar and the design for everything here, the partner came. So that's how Mystic Design works. Closet space is extremely important. I was really thrilled where I didn't have to upgrade my closet at all. And you can see the massive amount of space that's here. Now, you see how short I am. So what I have to do, I have my little trusty little step stool. And because of how big the closet is, it's like 2 feet deep. There are also what they call foot lockers. That's what the builder calls them. I had this little mannequin piece here, so I turned it into putting jewelry on it. And I got this really cast iron hook from Etsy, and it's a thumbs up. I like things to be aesthetically pleasing, but also to be usable and to be practical all at the same time. When it comes to tiny, you hear all different philosophies about the kind of bed that you're getting. So with this one, I actually decided to get a double bed because I wanted walking room. And then the other thing with this painting really infusing the mystic design, the chandelier. My chandelier literally is the same shape as her crown in there. Also the gold yellow draping, my drapes there as well. So this is all about bringing the artwork to life. And I can actually say, when in the love department, I've been really enjoying that. I have a gift for all of you. So if you, in the description box below, there is a link where you can download your own bedroom empowerment if you want to play around with mystic design yourself. Whether it's in your bedroom or any other place that's in your house, it's free for you so that you can have a little bit of time having fun, just like I did in designing my house. And so if you want to reach me, if you have any questions about going tiny, how I went cross country to get here for my tiny, you can always reach me at mysticdesignbystacey@gmail.com. And you can also go to my website, mysticdesignbystacey.com. Thank you so much.